Earl and Near are both central to the Death Note series as the primary detectives chasing down Kira. While they share a common goal, their methods, personalities, and the way they conduct investigations are vastly different. In this video, we will break down their strengths and weaknesses and explore which of these two will make the better detective in both the world of Death Note and in the real world. Let's start with Earl. Earl is a world-renowned detective with a long history of solving some of the most complex and high-profile cases in the world. His reputation is built on his unconventional methods and exceptional intellect. He tends to operate outside the law and has no qualms about bending or breaking the rules to catch criminals. Earl's eccentric personality combined with his near-perfect deduction skills makes him a formidable force in solving any case, including the Kira case. Earl's method is rooted in experience. He often relies on his gut feelings, even when dealing with cases that seem unsolvable. His deep psychological understanding of criminals is key to his success. Now, if you look at Near, on the other hand, he is Earl's successor. He is a child prodigy chosen by Earl as a successor due to his unparalleled intellectual abilities. Near's approach to solving cases is more methodical and structured compared to Earl's. While Earl is spontaneous and uses intuition and uses his gut feeling, Near approaches problems with an analytical mindset, often breaking down complex issues into smaller, solvable parts. Near's strengths lie in his patience and meticulousness. He's very careful, takes his time to understand every detail of a case, and is capable of outsmarting people by reading their actions and patterns. However, his lack of hands-on field work, as seen when he mostly operates from behind a desk, might be seen as a limitation. Earl is famous for his ability to think outside the box and solve mysteries that others will deem impossible. His unorthodox methods, such as pretending to be an eccentric weirdo or withholding crucial details to observe people's reactions, allow him to gather information others miss. He makes deductions based on behavior, body language, and hidden patterns. His ability to read people's mind is extraordinary. During the Kira investigation, Earl's psychological games with Light were pivotal in keeping Light on his toes. His ability to create situations where Light will reveal more than intended was a testament to his sharp mind. Near is highly analytical and methodical, preferring a more structured approach. He doesn't trust people as easily as Earl does, and doesn't rely on his gut feeling as much. Instead, Near uses detailed planning and logical reasoning, breaking down every piece of information into a logical sequence. His detective style is more passive, preferring to sit back and analyze data rather than engage directly in fieldwork. For example, when Near eventually catches Light, it's through a meticulous plan that involves him assembling a team of highly skilled individuals and executing a very calculated strategy. He's less likely to get emotionally involved with the case, keeping his focus solely on facts and figures. Earl's greatest strength is his ability to read people and manipulate them to his advantage. His psychological acumen is unmatched, and he is particularly skilled at creating scenarios that force his enemies to reveal their true nature. In his pursuit of Kira, Earl uses his understanding of human behavior to provoke reactions from suspects. His ability to get in the heads of people like Light Yagami is what ultimately makes him so dangerous to his enemies. His eccentric and unpredictable behavior keeps others off balance and unsure of his next move. Near, while brilliant, doesn't have the same deep psychological insight into people as Earl. He doesn't manipulate situations as effectively as Earl does, but he is a lot more patient. Near is methodical and stays focused, but his analytic approach makes him less adaptable when it comes to interacting with people in the heat of the moment. Near is more likely to rely on facts and evidence to manipulate people into giving up information. Rather than employing psychological tricks, he does He does win the ultimate battle against light through his sharp intellect and careful planning, but he doesn't do it in the same psychological, dramatic fashion that Earl would. Now, Earl's approach to conflict is chaotic and unpredictable. As we said, he works alone or with a small trusted group of individuals, often disregarding formal protocols. His odd mannerisms, eating sweets, his sitting position, and etc., and unconventional methods makes him a mystery to those around him. However, Earl's is unpredictability is often a strength, as it allows him to stay one step ahead of criminals. Earl thrives on high pressure situations. He is constantly on the move and not afraid to get his hands dirty to achieve his goal. His personal involvement in the investigation keeps him emotionally and mentally invested in the case, which can be both a great strength and weakness. Near's approach is much calmer and more composed than Earl's. He remains distant from the emotional aspects of a case, often sitting in a chair or behind a desk, carefully analyzing evidence. He is methodical and spends long periods of time gathering data before making a move. Near doesn't let his emotions cloud his judgment, making him a steady and patient detective. However, his emotional detachment may also hinder his ability to engage with others on a deeper level, making him less effective in certain situations where emotional manipulation or quick thinking is needed. He's more about the long game, and this works for him when he can wait for the perfect moment. But let's talk about their successes and failures. Earl's legacy. Earl's legacy is defined by his ability to chase down criminals and almost obsessive drive. He was the one who first figured out killer's real identity and used all his resources to track him down. Even though he didn't live to see the final victory, Earl's work was instrumental in shaping how Near would approach his investigation. Earl's failures came from his overconfidence, especially in his personal battle with Light. His blind spots, such as underestimating Light's intelligence and his emotional involvement in the case, ultimately led to his downfall. Near's victory over Light is a testament of his strategic thinking and patience. After Earl's death, Near stepped up and executed a flawless strategy that resulted in Light's exposure. Near worked behind the scenes, using his intellect and resources Earl had left him to meticulously unravel Light's elaborate schemes. However, Near's victory feels less personal compared to Earl's, and his reliance on others to carry out his plan, including using Mello and other agents, highlights his more passive approach to detective work. So then, who is the better detective? Earl is more unpredictable, emotionally driven, psychological. His deep understanding of people combined with his gut feelings and unorthodox methods make him an exceptional detective. He's willing to push boundaries and take risks to catch criminals, which makes him a force to be reckoned with. On the other hand, Near, while a brilliant mind, is more methodical and less emotionally invested in his work. He's patient, precise, and careful, but his reliance on others and more passive nature could hinder him in the real-world situation where quick thinking and emotional intelligence are key. So in the end, I feel like Earl would be the better detective in real life. Earl's style might win in the world of high-stake investigations that require immediate, instinctive action and the ability to get inside the mind of criminals. But on the other hand, Near's methodical approach works best in long-term investigations that require precise and careful planning. Thanks for watching.